Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. How are you? Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, I'm also good. And today, inshallah, we are going to revise lesson 15th. And in that lesson, we learned Harf of Nasb. And that's a fragment, Harf of Nasb fragment. Let's start with dua. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair wa bika nasta'inu ya fattahu ya fattahu ya fattahu. Rabbi zidni ilma, Rabbi zidni ilma, Rabbi zidni ilma. Okay, so in that lesson, I expect that you already have watched the lesson video, and in this session, we are going to revise the lesson quickly. Just quickly revise the lesson, and then inshallah, we are going to do the exercise. So Harf of Nasb fragment, as the name says it, it's a combination of harf and an ism. And because this harf is the harf of nasb, so this harf acts as an amil and converts the second word, which is an ism, into nasb status. Whatever the initial, we know that the original status of an ism outside any fragment or any jumla is always rafa. Originally, all ism are rafa. As soon as they are used in the sentence or in a fragment, so according to the condition of the fragment or according to the role that ism is playing in the sentence, their status is changed within the jumla or within the fragment. So as an ism enters into a harf of nasb fragment by combining with harf of nasb, its status changes from original rafa to nasb form. And these two ism, they can come in the sentence very close to each other, or they can be present in the sentence with few words in between them. So they can be adjacent to each other, like harf of nasb and the ism that is in nasb status. It's ismo inna. Ismo inna. So harf of nasb and its ism can be very close to each other in the sentence, or they can be distant in the jumla. Inshallah, we are going to learn when you are going to see when we are going to do the exercise. Okay, so these are the list. These are the harf of nasb, and together they are called. The group is called inna wa akhwatuha, and there are 7 in the group. They are these all harf are grouped together, because their Arabic action is the same. Their meanings are different. And there are 7 in total number. Inna, anna, ka anna, bi anna, laita, lakinna, la Allah. And I hope you, after watching the first video and after, I hope that you already learned these 7 harf of nasb. And so these are 7 harf of nasb, and these examples we already did in the class, and today inshallah, yes, these the important points. This I think these are the important points, that the harf of nasb always comes first, then comes the ism, and the harf of nasb act on their following ism and convert them into nasb form. And then another important thing, I just told you that the mansoob ism, which is ism in the nasb status, may come after harf of nasb, like immediately after harf of nasb or even later in the sentence. So there can be a long distance relationship. And one more thing, any sentence that starts with inna is a inna and its other members in the group. If a sentence is starting with inna or any other harf in this group, that jumla is jumla ismiya. And the ism that follows inna, which is in nasb status, is called the ismu inna. And these three harf of nasb ending in noon shadda, they when they combine with attached pronoun ana, attached version of ana and nahnu. The attached version of ana is ni, and for nahnu is na. We know it. So when they combine with like these three harf combine with either ni or na, then they one of the noon can be dropped. Like in nani, nothing is dropped. In nani is inna plus ni. So nothing is dropped, but it can be written as inni. The same way bi annana can be written as bi anna, dropping one noon. And lakinnana can also be written as lakinna. So, and this is the exercise. So I'm gonna open the chat window, and you can write your answers over here. Can you see the chat window? Can you see the chat window? You can write your answer in the chat window. Okay, so in this exercise, you need to identify which of the these fragments are harf of nasb fragment. Okay, so let's take one, the first one. Anna lahum ajran. Do you think this is a harf of nasb fragment? You just need to revise the list. Anna, inna, anna, ka anna, bi anna, laita, lakinna, la'alla. So is it one of them? Anna? Yes, the second one. And you can also see the ism of anna. Which is ism of anna here in this sentence? Anna lahum ajran. Anna is ism, yes. Which is ism of anna? You can write whom is attached to la, and la is what? Harf of jar. Remember, ba ta kaf lam waw, la, ba ta kaf lam waw, min fi an ala hatta ila. These are harf of jar. So ba ta kaf lam waw. La over here is harf of jar, and whom is ism majroor, is jar in status. So this cannot be the ism of anna. So which other ism can be? You can write your answer in the chat window. I can see. Which ism is in nasb status? If whom is not in nasb status, then which ism? Ajran, right? So ajran, because ajran is ending in two fatha. So this is jar in nasb in status. So this is ismu anna, ism of anna, and this jumla is this jumla would be jumla ismiya, because this jumla is starting with anna, a harf of nasb. Then we have the second, and this whole fragment is harf of nasb fragment. Okay, Anna and Ajran together form harf of nasb fragment. Though there can be words in between. Okay, so okay. Then the second one, innahum fityatun. Innahum fityatun. So how many words are there? Right, 1, 2, or 3, or 4? How many words do you see over here? Innahum fityatun. How many words? 3. Yes, 3. Inna, then attached pronoun hum, then fityatun. Right? So inna, we know that this is inna is harf of nasb. Whom is what? Whom is what form of pronoun? Attached or detached? Whom is which type of pronoun? Attached form or detached form? Detached, right? Detached form. So detached, sorry, not detached, I'm sorry. It's attached form. Yes, attached form, and attached form is either nasb or jar in status, right? Either nasb or jar in status. But here, as we see inna, which is harf of nasb, so this should be in nasb status. This attached pronoun should be in nasb status. So this whom, let me take the marker. This whom is the ism of inna, because pronoun are ism. So this whom is ism of inna, which is nasb in status, because it's an attached the zamir, attached pronoun. That's why this is ism of inna and this inna, harf of nasb. So this is the fragment. Yes, so the this one is a harf of nasb fragment. This one also is a harf of nasb fragment. Now third one. Innaha alayhim. Innaha alayhim. Over here, which one is which harf of nasb you can see? You can write it down. Yes, inna. And which ism can be which ism do you see in nasb status? Yes, ha. Why? Ha is attached pronoun, and attached pronoun can be nasb or jar. But because this ha is attached to excuse me, this ha is attached to inna, that's why this is ismu inna. And why not this attached pronoun him? Why not this is nasb? Because it is attached to alai, and alai is harf jar. So this him is in jar status. Okay. So in this third example, inna and ha are the harf of nasb fragment. And yes, these are, this is this one is also harf of nasb fragment. And then we have the fourth one, inna ilayna iyabahum. Inna ilayna iyabahum. Now, which is the harf of nasb? Can you see a harf of nasb? Yes, inna, right? Inna. And which is the which ism or pronoun is in nasb status? Ism or pronoun? This na? No, this na cannot be. Why? Because ilay ila hatta ba ta kaf lam waw min fi an ila hatta ila. So this is ila, harf of jar. So this na is in jar status. So this cannot be this cannot be ism of inna. This na can, because this is in jar status. But over here, iyaba, this is ism, and you can see that this the iyabahum is mudaf and mudaf ilayh fragment, right? Iyaba has no alif lam and it is light with one fatha. So this is mudaf and whom is mudaf ilayh jar in status. But iyaba, the first one in the combination, this iyaba is the ism which is in nasb status. So this is the ism of inna. Inna and iyaba, they are together making harf of nasb fragment with a distant relationship. Got it? Okay, let's go. And this one is also harf of nasb fragment. Okay, and then let's this is the first. Let's come to the first fifth example. فَلَعَلَّكَ بَاقِعٌ نَفْسَكَ. فَلَعَلَّكَ بَاقِعٌ نَفْسَكَ. Okay, fa is separate harf, just like wa. Like you can you see wa wal asri. So fa is separate word, separate harf. Can you see? Yes, you are right. MashaAllah. La'alla. Yes, la'alla is harf of nasb. And do you see any ism that is yes? Ka, yes. Ka is ism that is in nasb status. That a pronoun are all damair are ism, right? Ism marfa. So this attached pronoun ka is ismu inna and it is nasb in status. And you see, can you see this baqiun? Baqiun is again ism but in rafa status, right? So this is the first ism that is in nasb status. So this is the ismu la'alla. Now we will not say ismu inna because la'alla is the harf of nasb in this sentence. So we are going to say ka is the ismu la'alla. Ismu la'alla. And yes, because we can find harf of nasb and its ism. So yes, this is harf of nasb fragment. Okay. Now this sixth one. Lan nad'uwa. Can you see any of the 7 harf of nasb? Inna, anna, ka anna, bi anna, laita, lakinna, la'alla. Inna, anna, ka anna, bi anna, laita, lakinna, la'alla. No, nothing. So this is not a harf of nasb. Okay. This is not a harf of nasb fragment. But over here, inna sha'niyaka. So inna is the harf of nasb. Yes. And shani'a ka. This is mudaf ilayh, but the first one, which is mudaf, is nasb in status. Shani'a, right? And ka, which is attached pronoun here, but ka is jar because it's a mudaf ilayh. But ismu inna is shani'a. Inna shani'a. So this is ismu inna is shani'a, which is nasb in status with a fatha at the end. And inna is the harf of nasb. So this is, yes, this is harf of nasb fragment. Okay. Hold on, please. Yes. Okay. Now the 8th one. Summa inna alayna hisabahum. Summa is a harf which the type of harf we haven't studied yet, but can you see any harf of nasb in this sentence? Yes, inna. Inna. And then tell me one ism or pronoun which is nasb in status. Ala is harf of jar. Na is, yes, hisaba. Hisaba is the ism that which is nasb in status. Why not whom? Why not whom? This is like, we can analyze, we can at least to some extent we can do an analysis or Arab of this sentence. This is harf of nas. Na is harf of nas. Alayna is harf jar, and na is ism majroor. Sorry, ism majroor. Na. Na is ism majroor. Saba is ismu inna. Ismu inna. Oh, this is going to like it's very close. So ismu inna. Okay, and whom is mudaf ilayh. So mudaf ilayh is always jar in status. So whom over here is in jar status. So that's how, this is not very difficult, inshallah, when we are going to complete the ism studies. I hope we would be able to do at least some analysis of the ayat to some extent, inshallah, inshallah. And then this one, yaquluna illa kaziba. Yaquluna illa kaziba. Can you see any harf of nas fragment? Oh, sorry, harf of nas, not fragment. Harf of nas. Inna anna ka anna bi anna laita lakinna la Allah. Yes, no. You can't see because in is e because if ya is here. So in is not the fragment, is not the harf of nas. Sorry, in is not the harf of nas. Inna and anna are harf of nas. Okay, so this is no. And lahu waliya. Any harf of nas? No. Wasadqa? No. An lan yaqdira. An lan yaqdira. An, lan. There are two harfs, but none of these harfs are from the list. Inna, anna, ka anna, bi anna, laita, lakinna, la Allah. So neither an nor lan is one of those 7 harf of nas, right? So this is also no. Okay, now inna ja'alna. Over here, which is the harf, which harf of nas can you see? Yes, inna. Ja'alna, because we haven't done fail yet, but I'm telling you that ja'alna is fail. So ja'alna cannot be ja'alna cannot be ism. Okay, so if inna is there, you need to find its ism within this word. Do you find? Actually, remember, inna, anna, inna, lakinna can when they combine with ni or na, attached pronoun ni or na, one noon is dropped. So this inna is the combination of inna plus na attached pronoun. And when they combine, they form, because one noon is dropped, so instead of innana, it can be written as inna. So this inna has both, this word inna has both harf of nasb and na ism, attached pronoun. Okay, so yes, this one is a harf of nasb fragment. Compact, in compact form, like you can say compact form. Okay, both inna and its ismu inna together in inna. Now we have this example. Innal insana, inna, right? And then insana. And over here, this is one example where both inna and ismo inna, they are coming together, very close to each other. And then this one, man bakhila. No, there's, oh, sorry. I should have written yes over here. It's a yes. And this one is also, but this one, we don't see any harf of nasb, so this is no. And narum musadatun, no, because there is no harf of nasb. Anna ashab al kahfi. So over here is anna is the harf of nasb, and ashaba, very close to anna, is the ismo anna. Over here, anna ma lahu. Again, anna. This is yes. And in number 18, anna, and then mala. Mala is an ism which is nasb in status. Mala. Okay, anna and mala. So this one is also harf of nasb. Yes. And then inna and haza. In inna and haza, yes, inna is harf of nasb. But do you see an ism which is nasb in status? Do you see? Please write yes or no. Yes. Yes, you're right. Because haza, you know, is a fixed ism. Ismul ishara, it's a fixed ism. So haza remain as is, the apparent shape. Apparently, haza remains the same whether it's a rafa, nasb, or jar. So yes, over here, this ismul ishara, this ism is nasb in status because it is following inna, but it won't show its status with fatah because this is a fixed ism, right? So this is yes. Inna is harf of nasb and haza is ismu inna. Same here, inna is harf of nasb. Ma'a is a special mudaf. Ma'a is a special mudaf. Yusran is the ism of inna. Special mudaf is not ismu inna. Yusran is, yes, it's a ismu inna. Okay. So alhamdulillah, we did this exercise. And let's see what's on the next page. I think some of these we already did in the lesson, first video, initial video. Yes, this one, first three, I think we already did. Let's do this one. Ka'anna fi uzunayhi waqaran. So which is harf of nasb here? Which is ka'anna fi uzunayhi waqaran? Yes, let me see. Ka'anna. Yes. Ka'anna. And then fi is harf of jar. So the harf of jar immediately follows, just after harf of jar, there should be an ism in jar status. Can you see that ism in jar status? Uzu naihi, 2 years. Naihi. This is tasniya ism. Uzu nai. Ani uzu nai he. Uzu nai is in light form. Uzu nai ni. The heavy form would be uzu nai ni. But because this is coming as a mudaf, that's why it cannot be heavy. So let me write it down here. Actually, it is uzu nai ni. Nai ni. So this is ending combination nai ni. Nai ni can be nasb or jar status. Nai ni, ani, aini, aini. So this is aini. Aini can be nasb or jar in status. Because this is following fi, so it's a jar in status, but at the same time it's coming as a mudaf. So mudaf cannot be heavy. Mudaf cannot be heavy. So this noon should go, to make it light, this noon should go away. And then uzu nai, he, over here, he pronoun is mudaf ilayh. He pronoun, uzu nai, he pronoun is mudaf ilayh. So fi uzu nai, he is one group. Now we have waqran. Waqran is one ism which is nasb in status with unsound. Okay, so ka'anna is the ism of inna, and waqran is the ismu ka'anna. Okay, now the next one, zalika bi annahum. So which one is the harf of nasb over here? Zalika bi annahum. Bi anna. Bi anna is the harf of nasb, and qalu is fail. Let me tell you, qalu is fail, so it cannot be ism. Whom, yes, the whom is attached pronoun. Whom is attached pronoun, and whom can be nasb in status. So bi anna and whom are the harf of nasb fragment. And over here, laita, ya wailati laitani lam atakhiz fulana khalila. So over here, which harf can you see? Harf of nasb? Inna, anna, ka anna, bi anna, laita, lakinna, la'alla. Yes, laita. Laita is harf of nasb, and it is attached. Can you see a harf of ism that is nasb in status? Khalilan is also nasb in status, but ni is an attached pronoun, and it is coming just after inna, and there's no harf of jar in between. So ni Because attached pronoun, it can be nasb, it can be jar. So it is nasb because it is just coming after laita. So ni is the harf of nasb here. Let's go to the next one. Next one is lakin al birra. Lakinna is the harf of nasb and al birra ismu inna and la'alla. So the time of the class is almost done, but inshallah we can meet in the next one. La'allakum, la'alla is the ismu inna and kum is the attached pronoun, which is nasb in status. So kum is the ismu la'alla. Okay. Alhamdulillah, we almost did all both the exercises. Okay. So I hope you understand. And if you have any question, you can ask me.